Yo guys, what up? Welcome back to another One Frame with me. So I asked you down in the comments yesterday on this photo here if you guys would like to see the edit, how I came across this look here, this cyberpunk Blade Runner look. Definitely, let's get into that. I did do another photo after this one later on that evening. I threw it up on the One Frames with Me page here, and it was pretty much this one here. This was my original shot, and then I composited. I actually double exposed images from Snapseed, because Snapseed has the double exposure, and I used and then basically masked them all, a bunch of other photos in here to kind of create this scene. But we'll get into that in another video. We're just going to quickly get into the look here. I took this photo walking home last night, and I found out this works best when you have something with some LEDs or some neon lights or something like that. So it's going to be a little bit different from the other one, because the other one, that was the first one I did, so I kind of don't remember what all I did. But let's jump into this here. So first thing here, I'm going to go into my my coloring, and I found that the color works best when you're on the cooler side. So I'll bring this probably like let's see, I'll bring this around 35, 34. That looks nice and cool, huh? And then let's see here, you can already see if I shift the tint, you're starting to get that look if you want to go the green matrix look or something. And I'm going to actually probably put mine a little bit more towards this aqua pink. Vibrance, probably not going to use the vibrance a little bit. We'll come back to that later. Let me go back over here. Now, first thing that I wanted to do to kind of give it that HDR look, what I'll do is I'll kill the highlights. Let me kill the highlights. I'm going to kill the whites. And you're like, what is this? What did he do? Check this out. And then if I bring the blacks up, and then if I bring up the shadows, now check it out. We're totally getting the look. It's almost halfway there. And let's go ahead and bring up the contrast. It's giving it that really futuristic, almost to me it looks like a comic book a little bit. Then I'm going to jump in here, go to my white, I'm going to add my points, I'm going to add 3. And my shadows, bring those up. Let's bring up the overall mids a little bit. Highlights about there. I'm going to kind of pull them off a little bit, get my fade on there. Okay, let's see what we're looking at. Already, guys, that's looking like half the look there, huh? Look at before, after. Next, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to jump over back to my colors, go to my mix, and I don't have a lot of red in here, but I'm going to shift this over towards the red side, and let's see if I crank up the saturation a little bit. Not really making a difference. Luminous is the real key in this here. Luminous, I'll bring that up a little bit. Let's jump over to the orange. I'm going to shift that a little bit over towards red. And again, let's see if I can bring up luminance. It's not really doing enough, but it's just a subtle little bit of oomph to it. And of course, you know, let's see what the yellow's looking like. If I can pull some yellow out. Maybe see if I don't really have a lot of yellow in this photo here. We do have green, so let's see if I crank up the luminance a little bit on the green. That brightens that up a little bit. Okay. Now what I want to do here is let's jump out of here, and I'm going to move over to my, where is it? There we go. Oh, we were just in there. I want to move to my split tones. Okay, here we're in my split tones. Now the split tones here, the highlights, I can really change the highlights. See here, they have a green tint, even more blue, too much blue, or even a pink. I can go for the pink on the highlights a little bit. That might be pretty cool, pink on the highlights. Let me pull that down just a little bit. I just want to kind of light pink. Shadows are already pretty much blue here, but what I'm going to do just to give it a kind of interesting look, here's too much blue. I'm going to maybe shift this over towards the aqua. That's awesome. Look, you can see over here, it's got this really cool look over here going. That's awesome. I'm liking that. So now what I'm going to do here, we can mess with the balance and see if we want to lean more towards the pink or more towards the green. I'm feeling more towards the green side. It's up to you guys on your photos. Everybody's photo is going to be different. And again, you can't just really slap this on any photo. You really got to work this in, guys. It's kind of like you're getting artsy with it. Let me get a little bit more. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, my clarity, I'm going to kind of fuzz it out. I'm going to use a clarity here. It's going to fuzz it, it's going to soften everything up. But then I'm going to use my dehaze and try to bring it back. It's trying to make the lights look like they're kind of like lit up a little bit, huh? Okay, let's jump back over here. I think it's a little bit too dark. Let me see if I can bring a little bit of life back into it. See if we jump on my exposure here. Ooh, okay, there we go, there we go. That's bringing some back to it. And just a little bit here. Okay, I'm digging this. Saturation, I'm actually going to desaturate it just a little bit because I just think it's getting a little bit too out of hand. Man, that's looking really freaking Gotham City style like. I'm totally liking this new style, guys. This is like a great way to really make the night photography stuff look interesting. Again, I use this on my Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. This file was a raw file, but the first one that I did on Instagram wasn't a raw file. So, you know, don't think just because you don't have raw, you can't do this. I want to go back to that blue. I want that blue to pop a little bit on the LED sign. So let me see if I can jump in here. Let's go to the blue and let's see if we can get the blue luminance. Boom, see the difference? Look at that. If I go like this, see how it's all kind of low? If I go over here, boom, it brings that, just brings that blue up on the LED sign. And let's do that with the green. Now the green's already up. Okay, that's good. I can dig it. Man, that looks cool, guys. Let's go before. Before, after. Night and day. Night and day. Let's shift mine over here a little bit more. If I go all the way over, yeah, that's too much. We go over here to the green. Too much. It's total matrix. I'm gonna go back to where I was, about right here, splitting the difference a little bit. I like to have that aqua on the right side of the street and it's green on the other side of the street. That looks cool. Okay, man, I think this is just about it, guys. This is pretty much all I did. I didn't really get too crazy. Hang on, let's let that guy pass by. Okay, good. One thing I do want to know, hang on. I want to jump into my noise reduction. Even though there's not a lot of noise in this photo because I underexposed it, you can see a little bit there. It's one important thing, underexpose these photos when you take them at night. I'm just going to add a little bit of noise reduction, like maybe 30 or something, just to kind of soften things up. Okay, I think that's it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Save. Now the last one, another one I did too, I did jump into Snapseed and I did add a HDR scape to it. So I just wanted just to see how it looks, so I added an HDR scape. But honestly, I already like the way it looks right now. It looks pretty cool, man. I'm really happy with this one. It came out nice, total Gotham City. Like, I really want to composite some photos in there, but we're gonna save that for. So let me jump in here, and this was another one I was trying to work on, but it's like too bright. Like, it was too bright. I think it works better when you use dark photos. So let's go ahead and load this other photo up in here. And you can see all these images I downloaded last night trying to make that composite one. Man, it was pretty fun, but it was challenging because the only tool I had to use was the double exposure tool and the mask tool in Snapseed. So I really wish I could do this like on Photoshop, but I wanted to keep it all on the cell phone. Okay, here we go. HDR scape. Let's see what it's gonna. Ooh, check that out. Oh, I think fine. People might be good. Fine, too much. It looks a little comic booky there. I think I'm gonna go to people and let me go ahead and see. That's 0. It's gonna, you know, I'm gonna probably go about right there. Brightness. Let's bring that brightness back down a little bit. Right there. Saturation. I'm gonna leave saturation where it's at. I like it. Export it. Save it. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in and give this thing an Oscar. I probably could take it into Visco, but you know what? I don't need to. It's already pretty much well edited right now. I like where it's at. I like the feel. Add some stuff to it, but let's jump into Oscar, and we'll kind of call this one a wrap, guys. And there, where there it is. Snapseed. Boom. Let's see how this works out. My favorite part is compositing the shots here. Do we want to do more alleyway? Nope. I want that sign. That sign is pretty much almost the subject of this. That. Bada bing, guys. There it is. I hope you guys enjoy. This is Patrick LeVar. Keep filming, keep shooting those photos, and yeah, get to it. Start taking some night photos and getting some shots. I'll see you in the next edit, guys. Peace.